Hello, guys. So the EURCAD, a lot of you that guys asking question on the reason why I've been looking out for buy entry since January 2025. Now, this old stuff, price is in a bullish channel, which is a clear indication that every opportunity I should be looking out for, it is to buy. But if you look here, when I did this analysis, this is March itself, but my initial entry on this trade start from this. Let me go back and show you guys the analysis itself. The entry of that of the Euro card, so that you guys can learn one or two things from it. You can see it here. So January 3, I already projected that we will be looking out for opportunity to buy the market upward. Now, note, the whole analysis starts from that of the higher time frame. Why? Why did I do that? Let me go back to the analysis so that you can see it clearly, okay? If you look here, let's go to daily time frame. Let me remove all this. We don't need it. Remove, okay? Now, if you all pay attention to this, when I zoom in, it is a clear indication that I have what? A bullish structure, which is a clear indication that I should be looking out for opportunity to what? To buy the market up or not to go bearish. So what I did is simple. If you look here, I did apply my upward channel, right? First, and that of what? This. So now note this. I labeled this as that of my wave A. Why this is B, right? Why this is C, that is going what? Upward. Now, why did I do that? It's simple. If you look at this whole formation here, we have a bullish triangle, which is a clear indication that every opportunity I should be looking out for, it is to buy, not to sell. Now, if you also look at this Omega here now, excuse me. If you look here, this is what I did then, okay, so that you guys can learn one or two things from it, okay, as you can see. So this so-called analysis that you have here, which is a clear indication, this so-called analysis that you have here, it is because of what? The upward channel. That's the reason why I anticipated I will be looking out for opportunity to buy the market upward. But note, I did not take entry on that of the daily time frame. Now let's go back to the analysis itself. So having done this, all I want to do is to label my what? My triangle itself, which starts with that of wave A, right? A, B, C, D, E, right? Right? Come in so that you guys can see, okay? This is my what? My triangles, right? Now, if you pay attention to this, within that of wave A, I can label three sub-wave. Within this wave A of that of ABCD, ABC, ABC of that of wave B, and this of that of wave C also, I can label three sub-wave ABC. Wave D also, I can label three sub-wave ABC, and that of wave E, I can label three sub-wave, which is ABC. Okay, so having all these three sub-wave within the five structure of the triangle, which is what wants me to look out for opportunity to buy the market well, upward around this Omega here. That was January entry. Now, note this, upon completion of this wave E here, you can see that, like I said, we want to buy this whole wave C upward here, right? And I've explained to you guys several times that what triangles implies is that upon completion of the triangles, the dominant trend is going to resume. What is the dominant trend in this case here? Price was bullish from this whole area here. It was bullish, right? Then start converging. Upon the convergence of the price, the next move is that we expect price to be what? Go upward massively. So that was the reason behind the whole analysis. Now, having done this on that of the higher time frame, all I simply did was to go to that of the lower time frame to look for reasons in line with what the higher time frame tells me. If everything I have on that of the lower time frame, it is against what I have on the higher time frame, in such case, I'm going to ignore such trade. Reason being is because of what? The higher time frame carries a lot of weight compared to that of what? Lower time frame. Lower time frame are full of what? Noises. And note this, The other question you guys asked me is this, that the recent analysis I gave out to you guys, this whole entry here, why did I have the triangle? That's what the one I sent to you guys some weeks back, which I want to show you guys now. This whole entry here, the reason why I call out this trade, that was June 7th this month. Okay, now note, let's go back to the analysis. If you look here on this whole analysis here, like I said, we are buying that of what? Wave C upward. Note, within that of this wave C, we clearly have 5 waves. This is wave 1, 2, 3, okay, wave 4, and wave 5. Now, notice at that of this wave 4, also within that of wave C, let me change the degree of that of the sub count to the least, okay, and change the color so that every one of us can see it clearly, okay. Now, within that of this wave 4 here, what we also have there, it is a triangles. And like I said to you guys, what triangles implies is that the dominant trend are going to what? Resume. Now, having these triangles here, all I simply need to be looking out for, it is an opportunity to buy, not to sell. Now, this is what I did on the analysis. Right? Okay. So, this is my wave A here, A, B, C, D, E. So, let's go to this, okay? This is A, B, C, D, E, excuse me, D, E. Which is the reason why I call out the trade out to you guys, June 7th, that every one of you guys should be looking out for opportunity to buy. Now, we are not buying these triangles here. What we are buying is that of the wave 5, the last leg of the impulse of that of the higher degree of that of wave C. This wave C here. It is what we are buying. So, in summary, it is wave within wave that we are buying upward. So, that's the reason why I call out the trade here. The only thing I did was to go to lower time frame to see what I can do to trade in line with that of what? The higher time frame. Now, the other question you guys asked me is that I did not apply fib retracement at the end point of this wave 5 here now. The reason why I did not apply that is this. If you look here, we have a upward channel. This is the upper channel, upper trend, and this is the lower trend. So my belief is that this whole move that is going upward now, there is possibility that price is going to get to this whole area here. So that's my belief, that there is possibility that this whole market that is going upward now, there is possibility that is going to come and test this upper trend there. So those that are holding the whole entry from January, maybe you are the one that is holding this whole entry from here, I expect you to get to this whole area here. But if you are the one that hold this whole entry here also, I expect you to get to what? The so-called levels also. But note, if we have hindrance ahead of us, which we did, you need to be very, very careful. So this time around, I expect you to move your stop loss to entry by protecting your what? Your base capital. Reason being is because of this horizontal what? Resistance levels here. So if price play around, there is possibility, because of this whole fake out zone here, there is possibility that it's going to break it. But before it breaks it, we're likely going to have several rejections. But I did not expect it to come and test that of what? Our entry point of that of wave E. That is this whole area here. So that's the reason why I call out the trade out to you guys. Now, the other question you guys asked me, you did ask me about this whole analysis here, and also you asked me about this, you asked me about this, okay? Now, if you pay attention to April, I did call out this sell entry for you guys. So we shot this whole third leg of that of the correction here, which we were able to spot this with Excel, present to us a triangles also, a bearish triangles. So why am I showing this? It is because triangles are highly potential when you trading wave. So it simply means the dominant trend is going to resume once it's complete. But there are rules that the triangles need to have. Within it, you should be able to have three subwaves within that of the 5 wave of that of the triangles. And in no way here, your wave E should never go above that of your what? Wave C. If it did, your counting is gone. What did I mean by that? If you look here, this is an example of that of what? A bullish scenario here, okay? In this bullish scenario here now, this whole wave E that is coming downward now should never go back, get to be up below that of what? Wave C. If it did, we are not having a triangle. It is not a what? A triangle. In that of a bearish triangle, that would be that wave C will be here. This wave E should never go above it. If it did, our counting is also what? It's gone. So all these whole analysis, they are trade I call out to you guys. Let me show you an example of what I mean by that so that you guys can as well gain one or two things from the analysis. If you look here, this is a bearish scenario. So this wave E here should never go below above that of what? Wave C. If it did, our counting is wrong. We need to ignore such what? Triangles. Which is the reason why we usually place our stop loss at the end point of that of wave C. Because we did not expect it to get to that levels. So that's the reason why for that I call out that of what? The EURCAD. Now the other analysis you guys asked me question on that, I keep emphasizing that this is going to go upward. That is this whole trade there. It has touched our wave 3 end point. So although it took several times before it get to that of our what? Wave 3 end point. That's this whole trade there. April 26th when I send this analysis out to you guys, okay? So I made it known to you guys that you should buy it next week. Why did I say that? It is the continuation of that of the wave 3. Initially, this is the levels we should have taken our entry. But because we need this whole entry here, so when price break that of wave 1, two things are likely going to happen. Is either it keep going upward or it comes back and retest. But if you look at it, I said next week we look for entry at these breakout levels. So in this case here, those of you that ask question, anytime you want to take entry here, is either you divide that of the first move into 2 or you place your stop loss at the starting point of that of wave 3 while you return it to the final target. Now the analysis, price has touched that of the end point of wave 3 here, but I still believe there is possibility that price is still going to go upward to at least minimum is going to get to somewhere here. Why did I say that? Let's go to this whole analysis here. If you all look here, I want to start a new count, right? Which is this, okay? So we can start our new count here at this low here, this support here. So this will be my starting point of wave 1, right? Wave 2 and wave 3. I believe it's still going to go what? Upward. Now, aside from this, the other reason why I said it's likely going to go upward is this. If you all pay attention to these momentums here, this is the obvious bullish reversal candlestick here. And also, we have a what? Higher levels. Resistance level broken before turn to what? Support. But in this case here, before you jump into entry here, I mean, those of you that are out of all this whole entry here, before you jump in, I will advise you to wait for obvious breakout, right? Retest, then look for bullish reversal candlestick here. Buy the market as continuation. Without that, don't jump in. So all this whole entry here, keep your stop loss at this same level that I asked you to put your stop loss here. If it clearly breaks it, there is possibility that will ask you guys to move your stop loss to somewhere here. But this time around, keep it at these so-called levels I gave to you guys. I've always update you guys on the area you should keep your what? Your stop loss. Just like what I did yesterday. The money is in the waiting. It has nothing to do with buying and selling. Now let's go to Euro USD. This Euro USD, this is April, over a month now, April 28th, that's when I send this analysis out to you guys, that we'll be looking out for opportunity to buy at the end point of that of wave 4. Now, that's exactly what price did. But if you pay attention to me, those of you that did join all the old entry, before that time, I did send out a sell entry to you guys on that of the Euro USD so that you guys can gain one or two things on the analysis. Let me show you this entry here. Now, I don't trade correction without that. If I have, the only reason why I trade correction, it is when I have that of a pattern. Example of a pattern like, excuse me, example of a pattern called triangles. It is when the only time I did what? I usually leverage on that of what? Triangle. Excuse me, let me remove this because it has moved greatly. Let me remove this so that you guys can. So the only time I did what? I usually trade correction. It is when I have what? Triangles pattern formation. That's when I trade what? Correction. Now, if you all pay attention to these old levels there, where I mark as our endpoint of wave C, you can see it is what? 1.110. Okay? Between this whole area here, that's when I mark as our endpoint here. Now, let's go back to this whole analysis there. If you look at this whole analysis there, you can see also as our endpoint of what? Wave 4. Now, the wave 4, if I have spot triangle at the wave 4, I will also buy upon completion here. But I spot the triangles at wave X is also in the good work, in line with the market, which is also the reason why I asked you guys to sell the market. That was April, right? Now, let's go to the analysis itself. This is the analysis itself, okay? So a lot of you guys asking question that why is it that after this I did not take entry here? The reason why I did not take entry here is that I'm extremely conservative. I want price to break above this whole area here, which it did. And when it starts forming a sub count, which is wave 1, wave 2, this is wave 3 here, wave 4, and it's wave 5 that is going upward there now. That was the reason why I keep updating you guys when every one of you guys should do what? To start looking for opportunity to what? To buy the market upward. If you look at May 13, the money is in the waiting. It has nothing to do with you buying and selling. Okay, so those are the reasons why I call out the trade. The every other analysis I'm looking at for is that on that of the EURCAD, at least minimum, those of you that maybe you are the one that extremely conservative, I still expect price to get to somewhere here, okay, at least minimum, okay, so keep holding it. So those are my take on that of the whole analysis. Regarding other analysis, I have not been able to spot highly potential. There is one I'm looking at for opportunity on, which is that of the Audi card, this so-called trade there now. But because the wave 2 did not get to 50% or 61.8% ratio, I'm extremely what? Conservative, okay? But I still expect it to go upward, okay? So I will be looking out for probably a bullish reversal candlestick around this whole area here. Then I will buy the market upward. So if I'm buying it, let's say I'm buying from this whole area here, my stop loss will be around somewhere here. And my target, first target will be here. Second target is this downward trend line here. Okay, now also this whole move of market is in a channel also. You can see it here. Price forming zigzag, down, up, down. So I believe this going upward now is possibility that it's going to go where? It's going to go upward also. So those are the trade I'm looking out for. This one I'm still holding it, but I still keep my stop loss at this whole levels there. But there is possibility that it's going to go upward. That is, we are going to have an elongated third wave moving massively. Possibility that is going to get to this whole area here. Let me add other levels I'm talking about, okay? There is possibility it's going to get to around somewhere here, 200 or that of 261.8% work ratio. So that's what I mean, the area price is likely going to get to. So thank you, every one of you guys. If you have any other question, maybe you have one or two things you want to ask me, feel free to reach out to me on WhatsApp. Thank you. Bye.